West Virginia Governor Jim Justice and other West Virginia lawmakers are trying to reduce the state's income tax by 60% this legislative session. And part of the way they plan to do that is to increase the sales tax to make up the difference.
13 News reporter Natalie Wattis is working for you in Huntington to find out how some West Virginians feel about the proposal. Natalie.
Rob, Marilee, Governor Jim Justice has recently toyed with the idea of severely reducing personal income tax in West Virginia by 60%, and Huntington locals have mixed opinions about this.
They're going to flood into West Virginia with job opportunity, with higher wages, with raising our property values at our homes and everything else. If we miss this, it will just be unflat believable.
To make up the $475 million shortfall left by getting rid of the income tax, he's looking at increasing the base sales tax in West Virginia. It would make West Virginia's base state sales tax rate the highest in the nation behind Puerto Rico, rising from 6 to 7.9%. And compared to Ohio's base rate of 5.75% and Kentucky's of 6%, people worry it will drive business out of the state.
We're in that unique situation that we have Ohio and Kentucky on both sides, so we can shop around a little bit on those things, so we don't really want to see that.
To which the governor says,
Do you really think they're going to just drive across the state lines and not come to the convenient mart because of 1.9% sales tax? Are you kidding me?
Local business owners, however, have a different opinion.
You're literally hurting the businesses because when people come in and they're like, well, I don't want to pay the extra $4 or $5 tax that you have on this, I'll just drive across the river to Ohio or across the state lines to Kentucky and buy it cheaper there.
His proposal would also increase taxes on items such as alcohol, tobacco, and e-cigarette products. And Huntington locals say this would affect a lot of people here.
Say a good 80% of people smoke. The tax on the tobacco products would make it a little harder on the lower class people that, are trying to get by.
Although they do like the idea of having more money in their paychecks.
I would support it because it would make things easier on a lot of people because they could afford stuff that they actually need.
Local officials say all options need to be weighed here. Now, Huntington is uniquely situated to offer consumers a tri-state choice of where to shop. So the major disagreement seems to be whether the lower personal income tax will bring people and businesses in or whether the higher sales tax will drive them out. In Huntington, Natalie Wattis, 13 News, working for you.
Natalie, thanks.